All right. The other thing I was concerned with when the inspector came by was this floor drain. The way it was read, or what his decision was leave it alone. It's fine. And the reason he said it's okay is the same reason that I thought that it might be okay, but I knew I wouldn't say that until he had a look at it. And the reason was it is a wet vent. The other thing is it's 2 inch. And because I have this relief vent here, and he did ask what size of my vents, I said, you know what? I want all the air I can. So everything will be 2 inch here, 2 inch on the lavatory. The only one that'll be 1.5 inches is coming up from the tub. And so what he did, I told him I wanted to use a Studer in here. He said, okay, I'll tell you what, instead of using the Studer, tie this vent back into the system and I'm okay with the floor drain. So that's what we're going to do. They also don't like Studer vents with ejectors. This is not a pneumatic ejector, which really pulls a lot. I've used them before. Some do, some don't. But again, here we go with the international code. It's going to be one thing, but we're all on the same page. But I still don't think it's a good idea to get into a you-know-what match with the inspectors, because even this town that I'm in is highly historical. So a lot of stuff I've seen that's in the code that is not historical, they win. So it's funny how everybody's, you're going to get on one page, we're going to use the international code, and then they're going to make their rules up. And you're not going to trump the historical value of a place. If a house is $8 million or $10 million or whatever the heck it's worth, and you're not going to change that with a $10 fitting or $20. It's not going to happen. I've seen it for too many years, at least here, and other historical. We do a lot of historical work, so you're not going to win. I mean, these people sit on councils and they do what they do, and hey, that's politics. It's bureaucracy for you. All right, so that's the story on that. I core drilled my holes through. I made a video of you showing you one of them getting popped through. So we are done. The last thing is, we're probably going to wind up. They wanted the toilet out here. The toilet was supposed to be on this side, but it would be right up against the tub, which if you look in the code book, you know that distance that it has to be to miss so that you have 21 in front. So we're going to look for probably a round front toilet that's small enough and a corner sink, because you can't have a vanity in here. If the toilet's here and the sink is over in the corner, it's a vanity, you're not going to get the clearance that way. If you wall hung the sink, you might get away with it. So we're going to baby sink and put in here, because this is really like a relief bathroom. It's not a living space, so necessarily no one will be down here. This is going to be for us. When we come to maintain the building, here's the maintenance room, furnace room. Out here may be a utility something for somebody. This basement area is basically ours, or I say mine, and that's going to be a steel door there. I can come in that way without going through people's place upstairs, and I have access to all the mechanical. And so this basically was thrown in by the owners for me, for moi, and I don't need nothing fancy. Great, I could take a shower. There's a tub. I mean, I'm good with that. Nothing fancy. It's a little hand sink will be fine. What else was done? Okay, we started running these out. In the code, I was having that discussion about the ejector as well with the plumbing inspector. And he was saying, you know what? You could have just run 1 2-inch all the way up and tie it in anywhere. And what happened is, well, I was telling you before, the ejectors started affecting the vents in the house. So guys would go up, find the nearest vent pipe, tie the ejector to it. And they started doing that out of habit. And then when the pneumatic ejectors came out that move air way faster, this one's gravity. What they did, they just said, hey, they panicked, in code, they panic and they oversize and over panic. They then said, no, you got to run the vent all the way to the roof. Now, in the code, it wasn't like that. Not 100%. But local administrative authority, word had got around that we're having issues with this. And I guess the local administrative authorities, plural, were gabbing and going, hey, ejector, we had problems. Make them run it to the roof. That's how that started. I'm going to look it up in the code. And I'm also going to look up the crown venting for you and make that a video. But again, all in all, good day. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow we're on a different site, so we won't be back here for a day. But we're moving along nicely. It was nice today to get the final approval for the roughing. And we just want to finish up the mechanical aspect of it and get out of here. All right. See you.